Hi everyone, welcome to the Unit 4 Mastery Assignment. When you get into your student teaching placements, you will be expected to know how to use an interactive whiteboard. In this assignment, you will be creating an interactive whiteboard lesson on a chosen topic. Think of it as a lesson that includes teacher-like components, text, pictures, and other multimedia that will give students a background on the topic, as well as interactive portions where you as the teacher would call students to the front of the class to come up and interact with the board in some way. For example, you could include bullet points in your lesson and pictures about World War II, giving students a background in the history of World War II, and follow that up with interactive slides, a review game or activity that students would actually come up to the board and interact with. Your student-centered activities can either be placed at the end of your lesson or sprinkled throughout. It's your choice. Your lesson must be at least 15 slides in length, 5 of which need to be teacher-led background content pertaining to the lesson. Your first slide must be a title slide with the lesson name, grade, and subject information. The second slide must have your standards and objectives. Include 2 South Carolina State Standards and 2 well-written student learning objectives. As always, adhere to your craft design principles. Your lesson must include multiple navigational hyperlinks, virtual manipulatives, and interactive lesson portions.
There are a couple different ways to integrate interactive portions into your lesson. So these would be parts of the lesson where students would come up and actually interact with the interactive whiteboard. One way you can do that is utilizing the Infinite Cloner tool. So I would just bring in different pictures. With these, I just went into the Gallery Essentials, I typed in coin, and then under pictures, it's got all of these different coins that I can drag in here. I would just right-click each of these coins, and I've already done it for a couple of these, but you just hit Infinite Cloner on them. So now I've already infinite cloned these 3, and then the student would come up to the board, and you would say, how can you make 72 cents? And then the student would drag those different coins over to make their 72 cents. Okay, so that's one way you can have an interactive activity. Another one is just strict vocabulary fill-in. So a student would come up to the board and they would write with the stylus or with their finger the actual vocabulary definitions for each of these. The activity builder, which is demonstrated in another video on this page, a simple accept reject to teach about some type of content. We also have an answer reveal, so I have my question, my answer choices over here, the correct answer, and all I would do as a teacher is just draw a shape over top of that and then fill it in with a color, and the student will come up to the board, guess the answer, and then move that shape out of the way to reveal that correct answer. Another way that you can get those interactive points is to create interactive feedback. So with this one, each of your answer choices has to be its own separate text box, and all I would do is right-click and then go down to link, page in this file, and then I would find the correct page for it. So answers A and B are going to be incorrect. Make sure you hit object so that the whole text box can be clicked to provide that feedback. With B, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to link, page in this document, try again, object, and then with C, link, page in this file, and then go to 6, which is correct, object, OK. And now down below, I have my feedback slides, and then my end of lesson. So I've already linked these. This navigation goes back to the question, so I can try it again. And then this button here goes to the very last page, which says end of lesson. I'm just going to make sure that that's an object so the whole button is able to be pushed. Okay. So we would click our answer choice, it would take us to the feedback slide, we would click our answer, go back, try it again, it would take us to this slide, which is great job, and then to finish, it would take us to the end of the lesson. So those are a couple really straightforward ways that you can get those interactive points for those portions of the lesson.
There are tutorial videos and student examples below that will give you a better idea of what is expected of you for this project. As always, if you have any questions pertaining to this project, please let your instructor know.